Welcome to the first episode of the Cybersecurity Awareness for Employees series brought to you by the UK Cyber Hub. This video series provides employers with free ongoing cybersecurity training to share with their employees. We encourage you to share each video with your employees or run lunch and learn sessions to ensure the videos do get watched. Make sure you follow the UK Cyber Hub on LinkedIn or subscribe to our YouTube channel to ensure that you don't miss the next videos. In this episode, we're going to talk about email security and how to spot phishing scams. Phishing attacks via email are one of the most common methods of cyber attack and therefore a significant risk to all organisations. The vast majority of organisations fall victim to a phishing attack of some sort. Phishing attacks are where a malicious actor poses as a legitimate organisation or individual to get something out of you, usually for financial gain. This could be sensitive information, log-on credentials, or money. Whilst every organisation should have an email filtering solution in place to help detect malicious emails, many emails will still slip through. It is therefore important that you, as a user, are vigilant and know how to spot them. Number 1, are you expecting the email? If you receive an unexpected email from a sender that you do not usually talk to, your spidey senses should be tingling. Don't click on any links or attachments until you have verified the email is legitimate. Attachments may contain malware that will infect your computer, and the links could take you to a malicious website. If the email is a marketing email and is not important, you can just delete it. If you are not certain that the email is safe or the sender is who they say they are, contact them on a number you know is genuine, such as one from your contacts or their official company website. Number 2, urgency. If you receive an email asking you to do something with urgency, slow down. There's a good chance it's a phishing scam. Classic examples are bogus emails from Microsoft telling you that your account will be suspended or stop working if you don't take action now. If you receive an email like this, raise it with your own IT. They will be able to verify whether the email is genuine without interacting with any links or attachments in the email. Another example is a courier company telling you that you have missed a parcel and must click on a link to rearrange delivery. If you didn't order anything using a work email, it's almost certainly a phishing scam. Number 3, they ask for money. If anyone is randomly asking you for money over email, this is a huge red flag. One example we have seen is a father receiving an email he thought was from his son saying he was stuck abroad and needed thousands of pounds to get home. His father unfortunately paid the cyber criminal, but could have just called his son to verify it was him. Another we see a lot is cyber criminals threatening people, suggesting they have compromising pictures of them accessed through their webcam, and they must pay up or else they will be leaked. Number 4, check the domain. Historically, spoofing attacks were very common. This is where someone sends an email that appears to be from a legitimate address, but actually isn't. The displayed email address is the same as an email address that you may recognize. We don't see this so often now because most email security filters will pick up on it if configured correctly. Look out for warnings from Outlook, as Outlook may flag that the sender does not appear to be who they say they are. To get around this, cybercriminals will either use a completely random email address or a misspelled email address to make it less obvious to the email security filters that they are trying to impersonate someone. They rely on you having so many emails to get through that you are not paying attention to the finer details. In more targeted attacks, cybercriminals will actually register a website very similar to a legitimate website. It could be exactly the same, just missing a letter or with a couple of letters switched around. Be wary of emails coming from a generic domain like Gmail, Hotmail, or Live. There are many others, and it's very rare that legitimate business would use one of these domains. If an email is unexpected, contains an invoice, link, attachment, or you are being asked to disclose sensitive information, closely inspect the sender's domain. Be careful though, just because the email address or domain looks genuine, it doesn't mean it is. It could still be a spoofing attack, or the sender could have had their email account compromised. Number 5, spelling and grammar. If you receive an email that appears to be from someone you know, but seems unusual, for example, because the sender normally uses different salutations, there are careless spelling or grammar mistakes, the sender is asking you to do something the person would not normally do, like view their holiday pictures, or the general tone of language used in the email seem off. Check with the sender to verify it was actually sent by them. Always use the contact details that you know are genuine. Number 6. Emails containing links or attachments. If an email contains links or attachments, be careful, especially if you are not expecting the email. If you click on a link and it asks you to sign into a website, do not enter your credentials unless you know for certain that it's a genuine website. Check the domain in the web address. Be careful with subdomains. For example, natwest.bankp.com is actually part of bankp.com and has nothing to do with natwest.com. bank.natwest.com is part of NatWest. You can also click here to verify the website's security certificate. If you are in doubt, call the sender using contact details you know are genuine, not ones from the email. Number 7, quarantined emails. If you do have an email security filter in place and have received a notification to tell you that an email has been quarantined, keep in mind it was quarantined for a reason. You shouldn't release the email unless you are absolutely certain it is genuine. For example, because the sender has called you and asked if you received it. Number 8, invoice fraud. We've seen countless small businesses fall victim to invoice fraud. This is where they receive an invoice, often one they're expecting, which has been modified to use the bank details of a cyber criminal. Once you pay the fraudulent invoice, it is unlikely that you will get your money back. You can help protect yourself against invoice fraud by having the right processes in place. For example, you could contact the sender using known genuine contact details to verify the bank details of any high-value transactions or where you use bank details for the first time. This could be when you're working with a new supplier or they have changed their bank details, although it is rare that a company would change their bank details. Always verify it and don't pay any invoices that you are not expecting. So when should you notify IT? You will inevitably receive some phishing emails. IT need to know about them if you have clicked on a link, if you have clicked or downloaded an attachment, if you have interacted with the sender, if you have paid a fraudulent invoice. You should also tell IT if you are being persistently bothered by the same sender so they can block the domain. This can all feel a bit overwhelming. You don't need to be paranoid about every single email that you receive, but you do need to be vigilant when there are warning signs like the email is unexpected, the email contains links or attachments. The email contains an invoice with bank details you have never used before. High-value transactions. There is a sense of urgency in the email combined with links, attachments, or other suspicious content, or the language in the email seems off. When you see these warning signs, slow down, inspect the email, and if in doubt, contact the sender to verify it, or speak to IT. Let's do a quick test. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow our LinkedIn page for the next video in the series. The UK Cyber Hub YouTube channel features a playlist to make it easier for you to keep track of this series.